morning, Minecraft gamers, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Fun with FlapJack Hardcore Minecraft. Hey, welcome back to my Java Edition Hardcore world in 1.15.2. What have I been up to? What have I been doing lately? I just wanted to pop in and show you everything that's been going on. Let me do a quick sweep around and make sure that there are no monsters, mobs, creatures, or uglies trying to kill me. Looks fine, looks good, looks dandy. So, what I've been doing is taking the time to put this ink farm together, and I decided, as I had mentioned in the past, to build it on this Rivers Bend, which was a suggestion by a friend of mine on Bedrock Edition. He's now playing Java as well, and he said that with ink farm, what I should do is find where a river bends and then put in a farm there because I'll get a lot of spawning taking place. And so, yeah, that actually has happened. What I decided to do was I took his advice on the location and then I ignored everything online about how to build ink farms and thought I'm going to set up my own ink farm and see if I can get some ink production out of this. So basically what I did is I filled it in a 2-chunk area of this river's bend, and I took out all the water and then filled it all in with sand and whatnot to remove those water sources, and then carved it all back out, dug it all back out with my shovel. If you're going to build a farm like this, you need to go ahead and chop down quite a few trees. There were hundreds and hundreds of fence gates in here. I won't tell you the amount of fence gates because it doesn't really matter. It'll be different based on where, if you were to build this farm, where you build it and how many fence gates you might need. But it's quite a lot, that's for sure. But since I was building myself a nice collection system down below, I thought I might build myself a nice little entrance down here to get into the farm itself. So what I managed to do was, as I had mentioned in the past, I was going to put in a magma floor killing chamber basically for all of the fish and squid to land on, and the magma blocks will kill them pretty quick. And then I wanted to put in a collection system underneath. And so this was the most expensive part of the build. There was a lot of trees that did suffer and die from the wood needed to build those fence gates. But my goodness, the rails that I was required to have to put this in, to fill in 2 chunks was not staggering by any means. But basically each row along this section up until you hit that elbow is about 25 blocks, 30 blocks long. So it's basically every 2 rows was a stack of rails. Not exact math, but you get what I'm saying, pretty close. Then over here, it's only about 20 blocks till you hit that bend, and so every 3 rows was roughly a stack. And then, of course, you have to have every 6 blocks of dirt. Then the 7th block, you put in a redstone block for the powered rail. And what I decided to come up with was a system of 4 hopper carts running at one time that come into their loading bays here, their offloading bays, which I haven't built an automated system. You can. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I wanted to see how the production was going to work. And you can see this farm from the fish does actually produce quite a bit of bone meal for you, and then you get a lot of fish as well, which I've been cooking it. So this isn't all the fish that this farm has produced. I've been cooking it up top. There's about 8 more stacks of fish up top since I started collecting the items. And here's 18 stacks of ink, which is what I'm after from building this farm, basically wanting the ink sacks for dye. But I can also use the ink to trade with the librarians that I've created, and I've rescued them from being zombies and turned them back, cured them and turned them back into regular villagers, and they love me so much that they are willing to buy ink sacks from me, 1 emerald per ink sack, which is awesome. So I've taken 2 of the stacks with me, and I'll show you real quick what I've been doing over there. And so inside of here, where I had initially intended to build a paper farm, which I think I still will do, but I will not be putting in a piston door because I don't want these guys to accidentally walk in there and get crushed. These 2 guys, I did cure a 2nd villager, as I mentioned. I've been rescuing these guys, but this guy unlocked his Unbreaking 3, so I locked him in and kept him for Unbreaking 3, which is awesome sauce because now I have an entire chest filled with Unbreaking 3. And then, of course, I kept 1 chest of the mending books, just, yeah, why not? But the mending guy is trading for one, and then he's willing to trade ink sacks, one ink sack for one emerald. So I can get stacks of emeralds out of these guys just for trading. This guy here does it as well. Ink sack, one emerald. But the interesting thing with this fellow is he has an unbreaking 3 trade, but he also has a mending book trade that he would offer. I'm not going to do it because he's charging a little bit more than what I want to spend. This guy here is locked in at 1 and loves me, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. These guys are hanging out in here. I made them really happy. They're going to live in here, and then I'll build a paper machine, probably a zero-tick paper farm that will let me produce a lot of paper fast, and I might go ahead and breed these guys up and have about half a dozen of the librarians in here so I can trade paper and get emeralds really quick. But that's my little hobbity hole there, and I haven't quite finished dressing it up because I need to blend over into this part of the hill and decide what kind of machines I want to put in there. The things that might want to do next. And then let's see, what else was I up to with this ink farm? That's right. Oh, got a nice little bit of ink just laying here going to despawn, which we can't be having that. We need full-on production. That's right, full-on production. And so, along with the ability to trade those ink sacs with the librarians that I cured from the zombie virus, who absolutely love me and give me like incredible, amazing trade opportunities, I also want to be able to use the black dye for the next project that I'm planning. And then I also have an additional project that I want to plan for up on top of this hill. But yeah, I'll get to that at another time, and I'll showcase that in a video at a later date. But looks like the sun is starting to set on Hobbit Town here, and I should make my way over to the area to show you what it is that I plan to do with those ink sacs, along with being able to trade them for emeralds. And so anyhow, what I want to do is use those ink sacs to combine with the crystals and shards that I'm going to get once I conquer that water temple, that ocean monument. That's right, once I face down the guardians. And so, anyways, when I built the ink farm to begin with to do was be able to have black ink sacs to combine with the shards, crystals, and whatnot that you get from the ocean temple after you defeat it and tear it down and build yourself a guardian farm. And so that's what I've been up to here lately, and that's why I haven't been popping up a video here and popping up a video there, is because the ink farm project took me a long time to dig out all of the dirt, rock, sand, and such to be able to backfill it with fence gates and then set dirt, up above and flood it with water and allow the whole farm to come together. And so that's what I've been up to. Within my inner chest, I have the items that I need to do the battle. I like to fight through the Guardian farm, take some night vision potions and some water breathing potions and be able to wage war underneath. And then, of course, having the conduit and the prismarine blocks, I'll be able to set up the water breathing beacon underneath of the temple so that I can clear it all out without popping tons and tons and tons of the potions. So yeah, that's what I plan to do next, is get myself set up and ready to go conquer this ocean monument and wage war to take it over, because I want to build a guardian farm because I want the pretty prismarine blocks to do the next crafting and builds that I have in mind for developing my Hobbit world. And so thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I've been up to, and I'll catch you in the next episode where I take the fight under the sea. All right. Thanks for watching. Take care.